and welcome back to my channel. Today I am talking about the Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar that I finally got my hands on because ever since I started looking for them, they've been sold out at Sephora. So when I found out that I could get one, I said absolutely yes. I believe this is my first Too Faced product ever, which is really surprising for me. Considering that they have such adorable packaging, I'm kind of stunned because look at the box even. Everything about this box is adorable. The brown and the pinks and the actual packaging of this palette is amazing. It's a metal casing, it's magnetic, so it's really easy to get into, and it smells like mini eggs. That's what I'm smelling, at least. I don't know if you guys are smelling a different kind of chocolate, but it's amazing. Every time I open it, I get a little bit more excited than the last time. If you aren't familiar with this palette, which is really hard to believe right now because it's everywhere, it is made with 100% natural cocoa powder, which is why you're smelling the chocolate when you open it up. It comes with, whoo, I almost dropped it, oh my god. The palette comes with 14 eyeshadows, and that's not including these two big guys right here, which when I'm looking at it, I imagine are for highlighting. Even though on the little cheat sheet that it came with, the how-to glamour guide, it actually uses one of those big shades for a color, like an eyeshadow. I just wanted to give you guys a rundown of the shades a little bit closer so you can see them really clearly. And I'm really drawn to the neutrals in this palette, especially this peanut butter and the truffled and the pudding. I think mostly because they're all mattes and I always go towards the matte shades, but I'm really interested in seeing how this cocoa chili turns out because you can see it kind of has some speckles in it. It kind of looks like it would be a little bit flaky at first, so we'll see how that one goes on. The blue obviously was a surprise to this palette because a lot of it are the, you know, the soft neutral shades, and then there's like a pop of color, which is pretty nice because maybe you can use that on your lower lash line to kind of give it a little bit more edge. And then I'm very interested in seeing what the black is like because from every palette that I try, I always hope that the blacks are going to be matte and pigmented, and this one looks like it will be both. And I love that it comes with a mirror. It's a, oh hey there. That's me. I love that it comes with a mirror because if you are traveling or taking this on the go, I like to be able to use the mirrors that are in my palettes. I hate when they don't have mirrors. And this one is small, but it's enough that you can do the makeup on the go. So without further ado, I think I'm going to go ahead and give it a try. Remember, I haven't tried any of these shadows yet, so this is all going to kind of be you and me finding out what I like about this palette together. I'm going to start by priming my eyes with a paint pot from MAC, and this is Soft Ochre. I'm so excited. Does anybody else get kind of nervous before they touch a new palette? I don't know, it's weird. I think I'm going to start off with frosting. So my first thoughts are that that eyeshadow is pretty pigmented, and remember, I've never tried any of the Too Faced products, so I don't know what the first one was like. I don't know what the second one was going to be like. And I actually didn't read very many reviews on this product. Sorry, I just grabbed a blending brush. I didn't read too many reviews on this product because I wanted to have an actual, I wanted to have my own opinion going into this rather than what everybody else thought. I always wondered what it would smell like to others with this chocolate smell on my face because I always wondered, like, I thought, okay, it couldn't be too overwhelming or else people wouldn't wear it on their face, and it had to be a good thing or else, again, people wouldn't wear something that smelled gross on their face. So I'm interested to see if anybody else will be able to smell the cocoa powder. So there's the first shade, and I'm really liking it. It reminds me of another color that I've used, or was a favorite of mine from the Naked palette. I'm now going to take this peanut butter shade. I'm really drawn to this one. I don't know why. I just think that tones with a little bit of an orangey shade in them in palettes I always go to. I think it makes a really nice transition color for your crease. So I'm going to place that in the hollows and really work that in. You can see it already starts to kind of warm it up, and I'm just going to continue to blend that into the crease. I'm going to blend these two shades out with a big blending brush that I used before, and now I think I'm going to reach for Truffled. I'm a neutral girl, what can I say? So I'm gonna take a little bit of this and apply that to, I'm gonna put this again in my crease, just kind of like the, almost like a cut crease, but it's not gonna be a real cut crease because I'm not using a brush that would help me get that. This is more of a blending brush. It's the, oh my gosh, the numbers are rubbed off from MAC. It's the 270. What is, it's the white fluffy brush from MAC. I never remember this one, but it's one of my favorites. And just start taking that and putting it into the hollows. And remember, I always do this, I don't know if you've noticed, but I put my head back and you can really tell where the crease of your eye is if you do that. So I'm just gonna bring it into about here and stop, because if I bring it all the way, it'll really close off my eye. Even though I'm using majority of the matte shades, they're not completely flat, so they don't look like that super powdery look. They have almost like a nice sheen to them, which I like. Now to try out the black, because I'm really curious as to what this is going to look like, I'm going to put a little bit of that with the same brush. Ooh, you only need a little touch of that. I'm going to put that into the outer edge, and I'm just lightly tapping that. Oh my! And I'll use whatever's left over here. That is a really nice pigmented shadow because I was able to use whatever was left on the brush to do both eyes. And I'm just placing it on the outer edge and blending inwards with my brush. So just taking strokes back and forth. So that was just with a little touch of black, and I really like the way that that made my eyes look. It just took it from a soft smoky eye to more of a dramatic evening look. So before I added the black, you could totally wear that look and make it more wearable, like during the day. This one is going to be a little bit more sultry for evening. Now I think to make it a little bit fun, I should try out this Blueberry Swirl shade. I think I'll apply a little bit of this to my lash line, and I know that it's totally going to take this smoky eye, like my ideal smoky eye, to something completely different, but keep this eye in mind right here with a little bit of liner, lashes, you'd be good to go. But I'm gonna just try it because this is a first impression. So let's take a little bit of this pencil brush from MAC, and I'm going to take that blue shade and I'm gonna apply this to my lower lash line. I think that it's pigmented, but it's not like super overwhelmingly blue. Maybe with a couple of layers, but I'm trying to keep this more soft, so I'm not going to be piling it on too much. Oh, and one last step, I'm going to use coconut cream with my blending brush, and I'm just going to place this on my brow bone. That's a really nice highlight because it's more of like a banana shade. It's not too white, completely matte, which is very great for highlighting, and it has a pretty good amount of pigment. I'm going to apply a black eyeliner, and let me pull up my mirror because I'm blind otherwise. With the liner, I applied it on top and on the bottom, mostly focusing on my waterline and a little bit on my lower lash line. But now, just to kind of see what this is going to be like, I'm going to take a little bit more of that blue and put it on top of the black. Finish my face by adding a pair of my favorite lashes at the moment, and they are from SL Miss Glam Beauty in Seduced Glam. I put on a little bit more under eye concealer because with the heavier colors that I started to use, I needed a little bit more for concealing, and I used my NARS Creamy Concealer, a little bit of Illamasqua blush. The shade is in Nymph, and I have my Kevyn Aucoin medium lip liner and NYX Sugar Pie lip gloss on. A couple more finishing touches. I actually really like how it looks right now, but I wanted to add a little bit more of the black to the outer edges of my eye, just to kind of darken it up a little. And I'm looking at it right now, I don't even really need to, but just to kind of smoke it up a little, I'm going to put a little bit in the outer edge for both. Because when you do this, especially when you have a liner that doesn't do a wing, I did more of the liner that is like a smoky eyeliner. It stops right here. I wanted to give a little bit more of the eyeshadow, and this just kind of closes off the eye. Just kind of makes it more complete, if that makes sense. So a little bit of that shadow right here, and with whatever's left over, just kind of brush up into your crease. Ooh, I like how sultry it is. And two more things. Inner tear duct, I'm going to brighten up this whole eye, and I'm going to try taking this butter pecan and placing it right here. Ooh, that does the job. Right here in the center. That's beautiful. I love that. And I'm just going to place it here and then drag it into the blue so that there's no like lines like stopping. It's continuity. And then the last step, I promise, is I'm taking the coconut cream with a flat brush like this. This is from Stila. And I'm going to place this on the highlights of my cheekbones. Oh my, I had something dark on this brush. Oh no, that's the black. It mixed with the black. Oh. I don't know if it gives a lot of payoff on the cheekbones, but it's more of a matte one anyway, so it's not going to be like super shiny. But that is my first impression and my first eye tutorial with the Semi-Sweet chocolate bar. I hope you guys like it. Let me know what your favorite combinations of eyeshadows are to use. So far, I'm really enjoying this palette. I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about it, but after using it just once, I know that the colors are definitely for me because I love neutrals. I like the color payoff of them. I like the texture of them. So I know there's going to be a lot of tutorials coming up using this palette, so stay tuned for those. If you want to see full swatches of these eyeshadows, check out my blog, trinadura.com, and I will see you all in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.